Sunday night primetime. It's the Detroit Lions and the Kansas City Chiefs on Sunday night primetime.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen with you. That's Harrison Butker, set to get things started. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. A good return as he takes it across the 30. Now the first carry for the Alabama speedster, Jahmyr Gibbs. And he's going to be stopped out at the line to begin this ball game.
This defense wanted to come out early in this game and take the fight to the offense. And boy, did they ever set the tone on the very first play, keeping that carry to no gain.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. The shotgun. It's gone. That's the 3rd-round rookie pick, Isaac TeSlaa. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line. They get 10 yards on the hook up there. First down, Detroit.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
Off the play fake, here's Goff. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage, very stout this. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
2nd and 10.
Come on! 120! Hey, 76! 76! 2 for 1! 2 for 1! Shell! 11! 11!
From the gun, it's Goff. A lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Isaac TeSlaa was the intended target. And 3rd down coming up.
Back in the day, Mike, you know how they decided who played offense and who played defense? The guys who caught the ball better played offense, and the guys who couldn't play defense. And now, that's obviously not the case anymore. But this is one of those that still gives defensive players a bad rap.
So, after 2 straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. Here's Goff. He'll let this one go long for Williams. And that is incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
And he couldn't get that one to check up. It'll keep bouncing into the end zone. It's a touchback. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. On the ground, that is Brashard Smith. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 27-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. He's got his tight end. That's Travis Kelce. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
We'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up first and 10. On the handoff, it's Smith. They bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line. A pickup of 14 on that one. First down, KC.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
They're going to work this down inside the 45. Back-to-back, some nice runs. This one good for 11 and another first down.
Starting to see it back right now, Mike, that's finding his way with this defense. Back-to-back big gains. Have to see, do they just continue to ride the hot hand, or do they start putting the ball in the air?
First and 10.
Yellow. Hey, yellow. 180.
Smith again. He did not want to go down there. Carrying tacklers. It's a gain of 9.
The best offensive play callers in the NFL, Mike, do a great job tying in their under-center run game, like we just saw here, with their under-center play action game. And the ability to make those two things look alike, man, it puts a lot of stress on the defense.
Second and inches.
Yellow.
Once again, it's Smith. And that should be enough. He works his way forward to pick up a first down.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on second down, knowing they had third and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
Yellow. Yellow.
That's into the hands of Tyquan Thornton. And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line. That is a gain of 22, and it sets up first down and goal.
And nothing matters if this protection isn't able to pick up that blitz. They do a fantastic job of stunting that pass rush just long enough to find an open man downfield.
Yellow. 15. Easy.
They'll run with Smith. Nothing there. He is fortunate just to get back to the line. Now it's second and goal.
Looked to me like the quarterback had the option to pull that and make it a throw, but he decides to give it. Probably wishes looking back that he would have pulled it because there was nowhere for that running back to go.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line. Second down and goal.
Yellow. Attack. Yellow.
Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. A second effort, and he is in. Patrick Mahomes. Touchdown, Kansas City. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. On the return, here's Isaiah Pacheco. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. first down, it's gone. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Tyler Conklin. And it'll bring up second down. He'll go play action with Goff. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. They might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now fourth down. Here's Jack Fox now. And John to punt for the second time in this opening quarter. Here comes Smith on the return. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football.
Yellow. Hey, 57. Yellow.
On first down, it's Mahomes. He'll get this complete. That's the tight end, Noah Gray. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So we are through one here on Sunday Night Primetime. It's the Chiefs on top. We'll be back in Kansas City after this. The Chiefs have it here to start quarter number 2. They've got it second down and 2. They'll run, and this is Smith. And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for first and 10. Here's Mahomes. He'll get rid of it and complete it. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. First time he's caught a ball here tonight, and it is good for a first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Yellow.
Now a run with Smith. Down the sideline, inside the 25. And he won't quite make it to the pylon, but he's out of bounds right around the 1-yard line. Big play for KC. 36 yards.
First down. First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Trying to punch it in with Smith. Trying to push the pile forward, but he's not going to get in. They stop him up short.
This defense is able to get the hold here on first down, Mike, but they might have to do it 3 more times. I think if I'm this offense, I'm saying this is 4-down territory. I've got 3 more shots to gain 1 yard. Here you go.
Mahomes going to keep it on a designed run. Trying to push the pile forward, but he's not going to get in. They stop him up short.
In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get, the offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Now from a yard farther back, it's 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. Forced to his right. That's in the end zone and intercepted. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 2.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. Oh, gotta be careful here. Looks like they're just going to avoid the safety, but not by much. That was close to being a disaster.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Throwing on 2nd down. Duck. That one incomplete. Good job. Textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
And their offensive struggles just continue to show up time after time here in this 1st half. It's going to be hard to sustain drives when you continue to put themselves in holes on these early downs like they did here.
It is 3rd and long. To throw is gone. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there. Make things difficult defensively. It sets up 4th down. Here's the Lions punt team now, as he'll be standing just inside the back line of the end zone. This will be returned from the other side of midfield. And it's a good return here, able to take it across the 50, set up the offense with a short field. On the give, it's Smith. And they'll take this down inside the 35. 16-yard pickup on that one. Good for a Chiefs 1st down.
This offensive line continues to be very physical at the point of attack. They've been able to give their backs plenty of room to run. And that's why they've already eclipsed the century mark here in the opening half.
Hey, 57, 57.
Two minutes remain. 1st half in a 7-0 game. We'll return to Arrowhead after this.
Yellow. Let's go, Lou, lady. On
1st down, they go right back to Smith. Finding room to the 20. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. He is having his way. Another big game. This time 18 yards and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10.
Yellow.
Throwing now, Mahomes. That is caught. And the Chiefs going to be set up with 1st and goal. Pass play moves them down to the 1.
That's another
This has been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone, and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with 1st and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
From the 1-yard line, 1st down and goal. Now, Mahomes. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Tyquan Thornton. Touchdown, KC. That is 2nd TD catch of the season.
It seems to me they were kind of holding this play call for this exact situation, Mike. 1st and goal, down here near the goal line, and they had this one worked up all week. Simple pitch and catch, and it works to perfection.
14, Lions nothing. Harrison Butker at a kickoff for Kansas City.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
Pacheco on return. The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Goff going to throw here on 1st and 10. Crushed. It's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
On play action, Goff. He'll let this one go long for Williams. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete.
I'll tell you what, Mike, with this guy's speed, he's not an easy target to overthrow. So that's one of those where they're telling this quarterback, throw it with everything you got. Just lay it out there. And more times than not, he's going to run under it. But in this case, just a little bit too much on it. He winds up overshooting his man.
Oh, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly in his 3rd and 10. Exiting the pocket right. Oh, he tried to throw it back across his body, but it's intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
This is really becoming a key element to playing quarterback in the NFL, Mike, the ability to play off script and use your legs to extend the play. I think in this case, he either needs to tuck that ball down and become a runner, or he just simply needs to throw that ball away.
Mahomes on 1st down. Flush to his right. This is caught at the 2. And he'll take it on in. Xavier Worthy. Touchdown, Chiefs. It's his 3rd touchdown on the year.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. And when you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield, it doesn't get a lot better than this. And his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
Still a little time. Final minute of this 1st half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Goff to throw. He'll let this one go long for Williams. Oh, a huge mistake late in the half. It is intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Chiefs take over first and 10 at the 39-yard line.
From the 39, here's a first and 10.
Yellow.
Play fake. Now it's Mahomes. In trouble, and down he goes. Now the Chiefs going to call the first of their timeouts. And the stoppage comes with 23 seconds left on the first half clock. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13.
Yellow. 15.
Now Mahomes. Forced out wide. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range as well at the 17-yard line. Now KC going to use the second of their timeouts. And it'll come with 15 seconds to play in this first half. Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on first down. That's complete. Left side to Worthy. And he's out of bounds after a pickup of 3.
He's out of bounds at the 13-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now
Here's a second and 6.
15. Buy down these two.
To throw is Mahomes. Rolling right. And he's in. Xavier Worthy. Touchdown, Kansas City. That's his second touchdown of the game. He's doubled the season output. He now has 4.
You hear coaches, you hear commentators, everybody talks about that middle 4, Mike, the final 2 minutes of the second quarter and the first 2 minutes of the third quarter. Here they are now. They go down and they steal a late touchdown to end the half. Remember, they're going to get the ball first coming out of the break.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
So, still the matter of 6 seconds remaining in this half. And the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Goff to throw on first down. Oh, and he's going to go down. He could not get rid of it. And that's going to bring an end to this first half.
Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. From the 35, it's first and 10.
Yellow.
To begin this on the ground with Smith. That's a nice job keeping his balance in these conditions. A gain of about 5.
And he's been on an absolute tear throughout this entire game, Mike. I mean, he's averaging over 10 yards per carry. And anytime you can run the ball with that explosiveness, it's just going to be hard to beat.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's second and 5. Give up the middle to Smith. And he'll be near the first down marker. It's called a gain of 3, but a short yardage situation coming up on third down.
That's a gain of 4.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
It's going to be third. They need 1.
Attack it! Yep. Hey, dribble it, dribble it.
To throw is Mahomes. That one caught by Smith inside the 20. And he will the running back out of the backfield, and Greg, we find him in the end zone, a touchdown pass.
Mike, we call those short throw, long run. It's every quarterback's dream. He's able to get the ball out of his hand to his intended target, and in this case, this guy, he does the rest.
Lions, nothing. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas
So now it's
City.
Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Here's Darius Davis to return it. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
What? No.
On 1st and 10, here's Goff. He'll let this one go long for Williams.
Mike, that's a great play for any defensive back, let alone an undrafted rookie. I mean, to think that every single team passed on him in this past year's draft multiple times is pretty hard to believe. And again, this is the growth. This is the development that they saw when he signed there as an undrafted free agent. And he has taken advantage of every opportunity he's been given, and now he's creating turnovers for this unit.
That's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Just shy of midfield. Here's 2nd down. Shotgun snap, and they'll run it with Smith. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. 14 on the pickup, and the Chiefs have a 1st down.
Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
180.
They'll try the jet sweep with Thornton. And they'll somehow turn this into a net parking whip, getting out of bounds after a pickup of a yard.
So, Mike, this is a great example and a great moment to bring up why it's so important for these offenses to make everything look the same. Formationally, pre-snap movement, because the second that motion looks like a jet motion and he's going to get the ball as opposed to a traditional motion, these defenses are so in tune with all those little differences. They know it's coming, and it's not going to be a lot of gain. Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Yellow. 180.
Mahomes going to throw here on 3rd down. Oh, that's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that one.
This throw taken in by Amon-Ra. Into space. He's inside the 40. Inside the 20. And he's going to take this all the way to the house. 83 yards. Touchdown, Detroit. A terrific job all the way around, especially after the catch, Greg, to take it to the end zone for a touchdown.
I'm just so impressed by the acceleration of this receiver, Mike. He catches what is a short pass, and he's able to turn it up the field and take it all the way for 6. That is an impressive play, run after catch.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
35-yard line.
The runner can start the drive, and here is Smith. And he will slosh his way forward on the wet surface for a gain of a yard.
Gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 36-yard line.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 9. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And he'll be stopped short of the first down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike. You never go broke taking a profit. And give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back allowed him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
And it looks like he's going to have enough. Indeed, the referee does signal it is a first down.
Yellow. 43. 42. Fight on these two. Fight on these two.
Fourth quarter begins on the ground. Finds room inside the 40. And he'll be taken down. A gain of 16 yards. First down, KC.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the fourth quarter, which typically means I had the lead? That's the sign of a successful run game.
And he's into the end zone yet again. Xavier Worthy. Touchdown, Kansas City. A 3-touchdown game for him. That's now 5 on the year. The extra point by Butker is good. And the Chiefs will add one more onto their big lead.
Lions 7. Harrison Butker to kick off.
So now it's
for Kansas
Butker
City.
following the touchdown to send this one away. This will be returned from the 6. Now an opening past the 30. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
On first down, it's gone. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
Jameson Williams.
Mike, when you're completing less than 35% of your passes, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. He's just too erratic throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's exactly how they practiced. And at other times, it looks like they've never practiced at all.
There's to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete. He was looking for Jahmyr Gibbs out of the backfield. And it's going to be third down. From the gun, it's got. That one broken up. It is incomplete. This defensive secondary, they have been really a no-fly zone all game long. It continues here and brings up fourth down. Returnable from the 17. And this winds up a very nice return. He's able to get up past the 40-yard line.
Easy. Yellow. Hey, rip list. Mine.
First down throw. Mahomes got a man over the middle. It's Worthy. Look at him go. And he's got another one. Xavier Worthy. Touchdown, KC. What a night he's having. That's 4 touchdowns in this game alone. And Butker on for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Chiefs add on to their already sizable lead.
Lions 7. Harrison Butker at a kickoff.
So now it's
for Kansas
Butker
City.
following the touchdown to send this one away. He fields it at the 8. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Out of the shotgun. It's Goff. He'll let this one go long for Williams. That's the 4th time tonight he's been intercepted. Picked off by Alohi Gilman. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position. Really nice job here by the defense staying disciplined as the quarterback gets flushed from the pocket. I mean, how often do we see those guys kind of creep in and allow the ball thrown over their head? They took away everything downfield, and all the quarterback could do was dump this one off short to his back, and there wasn't much there.
He's going to be taken down at about the 30. Call it a gain of 13. Good for a Chiefs first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Patrick to throw. They'll try to set up the screen here. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
To the goal line and in. Rashee Rice. Touchdown Chiefs. Here's Butker now for the extra point.
Harrison Butker on for the point after.
The kick is good. And the Chiefs stretch things out even further.
56. Lions 7. Harrison Butker.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
He'll go play action with Goff. Moving to his right. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day...
Oh, for the 5th time, he is intercepted. Picked off by the rookie out of LSU.
So all game, we've seen him take the approach as just being a game manager. But one thing you have to do, if that's the case, is you have to protect the ball. You can't turn the ball over, especially if you're struggling to push the ball downfield. He got a little reckless that time, and the defense made him pay.
This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
On second down, they'll go with Smith. He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not happy. Going to lose a yard.
A loss of 1 brings up third down and 11.
They come to the line needing 11 here on third down. Throwing is Mahomes. He'll try to hit him with a screen. He's into space past the 25. And he will have the first down. Even with 3 timeouts on the other side, they're going to be able to run this baby all the way down.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the first down anyway.
On first down, it's Mahomes. That's to the end zone, but it is incomplete.
I can tell you from experience, Mike, that is going to be on his mind the rest of the week. It's one thing to drop a ball. That's going to happen every now and then. But when you do it, it takes away a touchdown, man. That stings. So we can talk short-term memory all we want. I can promise you, this guy, he's hoping to get another shot at it. And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on third down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on first and second down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in third and pass too often in today's NFL.
That's the Gray open on the left side. He got a lot of what he needed, but just not enough. The mark is a couple of yards shy of the first down. Here comes fourth down.
I'm an aggressive guy by nature, Mike, so whenever I get fourth and short in plus territory, I want to go for it. You're not going to win many games in this league settling for field goals. You have to capitalize when you find yourself in a position to score.
Mahomes to throw it on fourth down. This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on down. Goff's going to throw here on first and 10. That's a short one caught by Laporta. And we'll get whistles and a timeout. So they will stop the clock. Closing seconds, game decided, but timeout anyway. Second down, they need 3. Here's Goff. He'll let this one go long for Williams. And that final throw here is intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to take over here up near the 40.
Well, Mike, this is entering the wrong kind of rarefied air. I mean, as in, it's only happened a handful of times since the turn of the millennium rare. It's an entire season's worth of picks thrown in just one game. I think at this point, you jump the playbook, you light it on fire.
Oh, a dangerous throw there is intercepted. That's the safety, Kirby Joseph. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit. So this one in the win column for the Chiefs. It was a game played at